I woke up this morning and decided that today I wanted to get out and have some fun, so I decided to come live outdoors with my ukulele today to talk about language facilitation and music, using music as a language facilitation tool. I had a little bump there, so I know a couple people popped on, and I see Lacey's here. Thanks for joining me on this live today. So I'm going to tell you today about some different tips and ways that you can use music as a language facilitation tool. And then if you stick around till the end, I'm going to give you a couple very specific things that you can do that are super fun, unique, brand new, that I invented myself kind of language facilitation tips that you can use music, involving music. So hey, Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy, nice to see you. Noticed that you were out doing lives outside, and it's summertime. I'm seeing all these things scrolling through my feed about enjoying the outdoors and really having a good time this summer. So I think that, today was my day to join everybody and get outside and do something fun. I've been doing so much work with families on language facilitation, and I've been on the phone talking to families all over the world, and it was just time today to get out. So what I did was I grabbed a couple notes here so that I can share with you. Hey, Wang is here. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Hope you can catch this on the replay. Hey, just in case this is the first video you've ever seen of mine, my name is Marcy Melzer, and I am an intuitive speech-language pathologist, and I help parents teach their children how to use the words they need to share their wisdom with the world. And I do that with my Waves of Communication parent coaching program, which uses a method that I invented called language facilitation, where parents do all the language facilitating. I never see their children, and they're making faster progress than I ever imagined when I was working as a speech path in the clinics and early intervention and all that. So what my job, my role, I feel like my deal in life is to let people know that parents are the best language facilitators and that you have what it takes to be able to help your child learn to use language, doing the everyday fun things that you enjoy. And so today, music is something that I think everybody enjoys, and I'm going to tell you how to use music today. Hey, Andrea's here, and Patrick too. Hey, Patrick, thanks for joining me. I'm dog sitting my kid's dog right now, and I'm outside my apartment, out the window, and he's looking at me kind of trying to figure out who am I talking to. So hopefully he doesn't jump out the window and join us. All right, so anyway, let's get talking about music and language facilitation. The first cool thing about using music as a language facilitation tool is that music is repetitive, and probably one of the most common strategies and things that I tell my language facilitator parents is that you really need to use a lot of repetitious language with your kids because they are understanding, they are learning from experience. And so getting experience with things, hearing it, experiencing, hearing it, observing it, listening to it, enjoying it together is ways that kids are able to start to learn all the language that they need. So repetition is important, and music has a lot of repetition. You say the verses over and over again, and because kids love music, they tend to watch it over and over again when it's on videos and things like that. So repetition is the number one thing. The second is that the tune of music helps with memory. Now I'm going to give you an example of how this worked for my own self. Here's, honest point right here. I am not a math genius. I'm not even close to a math genius. I'm kind of a math idiot. In fact, I made it all the way until like 6th grade before I knew all my times tables. I know, kind of scary. I was able to hide it though, because I memorized my times tables up through 10 by listening to those Schoolhouse Rock videos. You know those ones that they used to play on Saturday morning? I might be dating myself because I'm in my 50s, but for all of you who ever seen those videos, see nowadays kids have YouTube videos. And that's why so many of my language facilitator families, their kids love the letters and numbers and the things that they learn on the YouTube videos because there's often music involved and they learn those phrases and things that they're doing from that. So the tune helps for memory recall. So repetition and the tune are both good for helping kids to learn language. Now, the other thing that's cool about music is there's lots of rhyming. And so that is really good for older kids who are working on speech and language, because it helps you understand what the difference is, between words when they sound, like if they rhyme together, like bat and hat, versus when they don't. And so just getting kids to listen and things like that, talking about music and singing music songs, I help identify how words sound similar and different. And that's important for kids who are working on articulation and sound work, because they need to be able to hear the difference when they say sounds that are the same or different. So music is very helpful for that. Okay, and the next thing is finger plays. So every kid, pretty much, that I've ever worked with under the age of 5 knows a lot of the songs and finger plays that they do on YouTube or they see people. So those are the things like Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout and wheels on the bus go round and round, and all of those finger plays, the things, Daddy Finger, everybody loves the Daddy Finger, all of those songs that have actions with them are really good to help kids learn language, because just like the tune helps you remember, so does the action. So it kind of helps your brain process things in 2 different ways, because you're doing actions about it and you're saying the words and singing them with the tune. So you get all 3. So finger plays are a great way to help practice language for kids. And then the other thing about music that it makes it a really fabulous language facilitation tool is that it builds confidence. So even if you think about you as an adult, if you're listening to a song on the radio, your favorite, whatever, Katy Perry, whatever. I saw Katy Perry's concert on Hulu the other day, and I loved it, and so she's been on my head. So anyway, if I don't know all of her words to all of her songs, so I found myself while I was watching it with the dog singing, but then the ones that I didn't know, I just kind of hummed in the middle, na na na, watermelon, watermelon. You just kind of make up your own words or whatever, but because you're having fun with the song and you're confident, and even if it's not the correct word that's coming out, something's coming out, and that's really good for kids who aren't using language very well, who are just emerging with language. Sometimes songs help you remember the words because you're going in it, and that really builds confidence with kids. So those are the tips as far as using music as a language facilitation tool. But the one thing I wanted to share is there's a couple little tips. There's 3 tips that I think are, that I teach to my language facilitator moms that have been super effective for me to really get in there. And because they add that element of fun and surprise to the music. So the first tip is to change it up. So, instead of, change up the words to the songs that you know. So if it's a song, I'm just going to use Row Your Boat because that's the one that I have in my head. Plus, or ABCD, the ABCD song, because a lot of kids like the ABCs, but they don't necessarily sing the ABC song, or they might know the tune. So if you know the tune, then you can use that tune while you're doing your everyday things. So for example, if you're gonna use the row your boat, so row, row, row your boat, you can use it for time, time, time to go, go and find your shoes. And when you do something like that to your child, they're gonna give you attention. So a child who maybe wasn't focusing, you can call their name across the room 100 times and they're not responding to you, try singing their name. Hey Joey, let's go bye-bye now, let's go bye-bye now. I mean, you might be able to get their attention from across the room just by being a little bit more musical and fun about it. So that's the first fun tip to help with Auditory comprehension, paying attention to you, is if you put a tune or make a little song, especially if it's a tune they know, to the direction or command or request that you have, or even, just to let your kids know it's time to eat. That's the trick that the daycare folks use. Remember, clean up, everybody, everywhere. As soon as the teacher starts singing that song, everybody, well, hopefully, the idea is everybody knows, I hear the song, it's time to clean up, and so they do it. And a lot of families use a cleanup song or something like that to help get kids understanding, because they might be super focused on whatever they're doing, and when you need to change it up, if you throw music in there, I saw a heart about that, when you see music in there, then, sometimes it's going to help you get their attention, and it's going to help you, be able to engage and get them to look at you and understand better. So that's the first tip, is change it up. The second one is to make up songs to describe the actions that you're doing while you're doing them. So the first way is to change up a song or put a tune to the direction that you're giving. The second one is to talk about the things that you're doing. So that's when you, let's say you're shaking up a bottle of ketchup or something like that to mix it up. Then you throw in a song like, shake, 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 shake your ketchup. Just when you throw songs in about the things that you do, shake, 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 run, run, run. You remember, you're using repetitive, you're using a little bit of a cadence or a tune, even though it's not the real. And you don't have to be a good singer to do this, because your children don't care. Well, some people who try to sing, their kids make them stop singing because, that's just what they do when they're trying to sing a song or perform for their kids. But this is different. This is just using musical kind of talking, really, is what it is just adding music to the things that you say to call attention and make it more fun. So then the third tip that I have for families that, other people don't often think about is using instruments. Now, I picked up the ukulele when my oldest daughter went away to college, and I was emerging into my empty nester syndrome, and that's when I learned to play the ukulele. But I've been singing since I was a little girl in Girl Scouts, and I've been singing, and all of that. But when I started to take my ukulele with me, when I was out seeing kids in the field before, it was a huge hit. Now, ukuleles are super easy to come by. They're pretty cheap. You can get them on Amazon. I think I got this one for like $35. And this is the instrument, I don't know if a lot of you know that, this is the instrument that a lot of schools teach their kids in Hawaii for sure. But even it's coming over onto the mainland in California and stuff, you might see in school kids using ukulele. And the ukulele is cool because it's super easy to play and it's pretty indestructible. I mean, these have had one new set of strings on them and I have hauled it around. It's rolled around in the trunk of my car and whatever. It's easy to tune and it's super easy to play because even without your fingers on the strings, when you strum it, it doesn't sound too terrible, and you can make a chord with just one finger, is a C. So that little tune that I was playing before when, I first opened the live today, and they don't even have to be perfect. And your kids can strum, and they can strum here, they can strum here. Now, here's my big tip about instruments, okay? So, many speech therapists use blowing instruments, whistles and slide whistles and things like that they blow in because they teach kids, it's designed to work on the oral motor musculature and all of that. So my feeling about whistles is if something is in your mouth, then you can't use your mouth to say words. So whistles are super fun for being outside and making noise and, that kind of stuff. I said outside because I'm a personal fan of whistles outdoors and not indoors because they can be pretty loud. But if you choose an instrument that you strum or bang or shake, then you're using your hands like a motor activity, just like the daddy finger, like the five little monkeys jumping on the bed. You're moving your body in a motor activity, and You're also listening to the sound of the instruments, and you're also keeping your mouth free so that you can sing. So whenever you shake, you should be saying the word. Shake, 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 and you can shake your body. Shake, 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 you know, like that. Whenever you move, you can sing with it too. I'm moving, I'm waving, I'm flying, 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 flying. Just by moving around and doing that stuff is great. So if you pick an instrument to move with your hands, then your mouth is free to be able to say the words that you can even say with the instrument. Strum, and you can do it with, you know, I'm going to just have it quiet so it's not so loud, but even if I hold the strings, you can say strum, 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 strum. And you can, and so you're just practicing repetitive stuff with an instrument. But the tip is, don't use a mouth instrument. Use a hand instrument, one that you can bang or strum or something like that, because then you can talk at the same time. So it's getting kind of warm out here. I'm kind of sweaty, and it's already probably getting close to 90 degrees here in southern Florida, but I wanted to enjoy the outdoors and get out here and say hey to everybody and let you know that, you know, the best thing about being a language facilitator parent is that every strategy that you use has 4 main criteria: happy, safe, fun, and easy. And that's what using instruments and using music and using that kind of talking, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. And so if you are a parent and you have a child who has speech and language issues and you want to be a language facilitator parent yourself and learn how to do all the strategies that you need. You literally get every strategy you need, including fun stuff like singing and using play and exploring your neighborhood to help teach your child the language that they need, naturally and effectively and super fast. So if you have a parent, if you are a parent and you have a child who is a late talker, you can contact me, leave a comment in the message under this video, or you can go to my website, wavesofcommunication.com, and view my free class there, or you can send me a private message and ask me some questions about the program, whatever, and I'm happy to talk to you about your child and see if this method can work for you, because it's not for everybody. Sometimes people really, you know, need to rely on other people to help their kids, but this is for language facilitator parents who want to do it themselves and see the kind of results that my clients are. So I hope you enjoyed this live today. Please like it, share it with your friends, and follow me on here. It's also going to be on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see some more videos on language facilitation, there are 40+ videos on my YouTube channel, all free, all on different topics of language facilitation with tips just like on this video. So go head over to that YouTube channel and subscribe over there so you see every time that I'm uploading videos. Thanks again, everybody. Oh, one more thing before I leave. I almost forgot to mention, Saturday at 12 noon is my live Q&A. I do it every Saturday at noon, and if you have a question about your child, you're not sure if language facilitation can work for you, you aren't sure why your child is talking and what's blocking them from wanting to use words, or you have questions like that, you can join me on Saturday and I'll answer your questions live. So be sure to join me there. Follow my YouTube channel, like, share this video, and enjoy your day. Happy summer, everybody. Get out and make some music with your kids. Have a great one.